Hey everyone, Cash here, back with another video from FIFA 16. Today we are going to begin a career, and unlike last year with FIFA 15 where we did a player career, we are going to be doing a manager career to begin FIFA 16. I think we'll still do a player career later on in the season, but for now we're going to start with a manager career. Not going to take either of those rewards. And then as far as the club I'm going with, I decided to go with West Ham. An exciting team this year, as they're doing pretty good so far earlier in the season. As we're going to take a look around the rest of the Premier League, you see some of the transfer budgets. Bournemouth with the smallest of everyone at £11 million. I will be changing $2 once we move into the next section, so this will all change a little bit. You can pretty much double or almost double those numbers. I think West Ham's £21 budget will be $38 million. I think, so you can kind of figure it that way, but you can kind of see the other options. West Ham, I think, an exciting pick, as with the moves they made this summer, they have a lot of potential. Now, we're going to start this off at professional. I am not the best not even remotely the best at FIFA, so we're going to start it off there and we can move it up from that point. And then the probably controversial decision, I am going to disable the first summer transfer window. I am a little bit of a stickler, as you know, for the realism and kind of trying to follow things as closely to real life. So since we're starting this, the summer transfer window has already taken place and we're going to be starting at the beginning of the Premier League season. I decided to disable that. So our first transfer window will be in January. We'll have time to kind of feel our club out, see where the holes are, who we need to go after. That also gives us time to actually build a transfer list, scout some players, determine who we want to sell and get rid of, maybe put out on loan. So I know, controversial, some might be upset about that because that is obviously one of the more exciting things about doing a career mode, but I think will save us a lot of trouble up front and we can just dive straight into the games and see how this team is. And a new thing in FIFA 16, preseason tournament. So of course we're going to accept the invite here from one of these as we'll advance to the invites. We're going to have three options: the European International Cup, the European Continental Shield, and the Champions Trophy. We're going to end up obviously going with the one with the most money, and it's in Germany, which I think will be a good test for us to play against some good German teams. So we're going to settle on that European International Cup 4-star location. They all 4-star location and difficulties, but that one, $8.4 million. That will be a nice chunk of change to add to our budget. Now, as far as this season, our league objective is to finish mid-table, which I'm absolutely okay with, because I don't know how this is going to go, if we're going to have any trouble, but I think that is a perfectly attainable goal. And then our domestic cup objective is to reach the round of 16. Again, I think very attainable for us. So let's now take a look at our squad. So Adrian is our goalie. We got Randolph there, Spiegel, a 22-year-old, 59 youngster, Jenkinson, 74. Got quite a bit of young players, no one really super high rated. The one guy I was looking for, Reece Oxford, not in the game. I don't know if they're going to add him later on in the fall, but I think maybe because he's only 16 years old, he is not in the game right away. But you can see the rest from there. We got some older guys. We have some people on loan, and we have some people we have brought in on loan. You'll see some of those as we go through. But some quality players in this squad, and I think a great starting point for us to build on. You see Song there, a good one. He actually is on loan at West Ham. Then we have Poyet on loan at MK Dons. Samuelson, an 18-year-old, 60. That's one of the higher youngsters we have. We'll be looking to develop him. Mark Noble, 28, center, mid. Abiang is someone that was just bought in this last summer. Transfer window, Victor Moses on loan at West Ham from Chelsea, I do believe. Antonio, we bought from Nottingham Forest. And then we have Matty Jarvis. He is on loan at Norwich. And then Dimitri Payet. This is the guy in our lineup. We bought him, West Ham bought him in the summer transfer window. And if you've seen the Premier League so far earlier in this season in real life, he has been absolutely dominant. And then you see we have Mauro Zarate, Sacco, Valencia, Andy Carroll. The big disappointment, Andy Carroll. And then that is going to be it with Jelic, the last player. So taking a look at the lineup here, you see who the substitutes are and who is currently in the starting 11. But this formation, I'm not really digging it at all. So we're going to make a change. Instead of going with that 4-5-1, we're going to go with a 4-4-2 diamond. And we're going to have Sacco and Zarate up front, Payet at the cam, Moses and Noble in the middle, and then Song at CDM. The back four is going to be Cresswell, Reed, Agbana, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Jenkinson, and then Adrian at goalie. And then you can see the substitutes, the pretty stock substitutes, all in the 70s, all guys that can step in and help the squad. And then you see the reserves there, a lot of young players, older, poorer, lower overall guys. So that's what the team is looking like for now. Let's do some training here before we get into our first match. And for this training, I'm going to start just kind of hitting a bunch of random players. So you see the players we're going to start with here. We'll see if we can get any good grades. I'm not really expecting too much. We have the one young guy, Samuelson, there on the end, the 60. I'm hoping at least he does well in his training, but let's see what we get. And it's going to be a B, C, C, A, D. So Samuelson gets the lowest, the D, but not too bad for the rest of them. So now let's finally play our first match. It's the opening game in this European International Cup. We're going to be playing against Stuttgart, the German team. This is going to be, I think, a pretty good test for us to start. And as we get into this one, as continued in this game, the passing a struggle. But here, Cresswell going to get the steal as the defender making his way into the box, but that's going to be taken right back. So it's going to be an empty chance there in the opening minutes of this first half. Now Mauro Zarate going to get the ball down, and it's going to go to Sacco, back to Zarate. Zarate's going to take this shot, but this one will be saved easily. But at least we do get a shot on goal there. But now Stuttgart making their run. It's Kostic going to take it into the box, easily going to get the cross, and this is just way too easy as Harnik, just the absolute blast from about a yard away, will get the goal. So we are down early. And another opportunity here. Actually, no, we will try to, let's please clear the ball here as we finally going to take control of that. Moses gets it out, and now we are on the counterattack. Payet going to get it on that wing there to Agbana, and he is going to look for someone. He's got somebody there with the through ball. Now can Sacco do something? No, he cannot, as he loses it. And this has been a struggle so far. Obviously, we have to get used to the new game, the new mechanics, the passing especially, and then at least playing the game. I haven't played too many matches altogether in this new game, and none with West Ham. Played a portion of one. You see Song with the shot to end the first half. That one nowhere remotely close. But I have not played any with West Ham, so getting used to the club. And Sacco here with the shot, that one directly at the keeper. So we'll get used to it. We'll shake the cobwebs off, and we'll see if we can do something here, as this is a pretty nice run that we have from Jenkinson, and he's going to get it in, but that one going to be punched out. Moses controls it. Can we get another opportunity here? No, we cannot, as that is a poor play from him, and then he's going to be called for the foul. And here we're going to make a substitution. And Moses, haven't seen too many good things from him, so we're going to sub on Antonio, see if he can make the difference. As here, Gettner with the ball, and Antonio's going to get the steal, and we have a break here. Do we have an opportunity? Antonio going to put the ball into Zarate. Zarate into the box, takes a shot, and he's going to get the goal, and look at that, the instant impact from Antonio. He gets the steal, gets the pass in, perfectly placed, and Zarate with the even more perfectly placed shot. But look at this, Stuttgart with the free kick. That one going to be way off the mark, though. And it looks like this one will end. I'll take the 1-1 tie. That was a beautiful play. We've got to learn what players play well with each other. As you see, Zarate is going to earn the man of the match there. The 7.3 gets that goal. So we got to kind of feel this team out, see who plays well with who in these 3 games. Now 2 more, well, at least 2 more after this, depending on how we do in the group stage, will be key in kind of figuring this team, how we're going to be as we enter the Premier League season. So that is going to be it for this one. A little introduction. We played 1 game. We'll play the remaining of the international tournament games in the next episode before we're getting into the Premier League season. So you have that to look forward to next time. But otherwise, that's going to be it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and give it a like. I would really appreciate it. And subscribe to see any future videos that I make. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.